Whether you're holidaying at home or abroad this summer, Super Value online shopping is here to make sure you never come home to an empty fridge. With delivery slots available up to 2 weeks in advance, it couldn't be easier to plan ahead and book your slot before you go, or even while you're away. Shop online today at supervalue.ie and don't forget to use your weekly money off voucher towards your online shop. Enjoy a quality summer with Super Value online shopping.
Doing well in your career but looking to do better? At DBS, we want you to get to where you want to go with part-time postgraduate, evening degrees and professional diploma courses taught by people as successful at what they do as they are at teaching it. Kickstart your career with real-world learning. Apply today at dbs.ie.
The Pet Milk Program with Fibber, MCGee, and Molly. The first evaporated milk, Pet Milk, presents Fibber, MCGee, and Molly transcribed with Bill Thompson, Arthur Q. Bryan, Tyler McVeigh, Kay Lavelle, Norman Field, and me, Harlow Wilcox. The show is written by Don Quinn and Phil Leslie and directed by Max Hutto with music by the King's Men and Billy Mills Orchestra. Have you ever tasted a cream pie made with pet milk? Or a rich chocolate pudding? Or one of those good, smooth cheese sauces? Well, then you can understand why pet milk, the first evaporated milk, is the first choice of good cooks. No other form of whole milk gives foods the same richness of flavor. And something else that's mighty important is the extra wholesomeness pet milk puts into those favorite family dishes of yours. You see, pet milk is good, sweet country milk that's double rich, concentrated to double richness by evaporation. So you're always sure of extra goodness and extra wholesomeness when you use pet milk for cooking. Extra compliments, too. And do all those extras cost you extra? No. Definitely no. You can enjoy better food for less money when you use pet milk because pet milk costs less, generally, than any other form of whole milk. Dear Mary Margaret McBride, how can a wife talk over the top or around the sides of a morning paper behind which her husband has disappeared at breakfast? Like at 79 Wistful Vista with Fibber, MCGee, and Molly.
McGee, are you still there, dearie? Sweetheart, this is WIFE calling HUBBY. Come in, HUBBY. Over.
Huh? Oh, are you speaking to me, kiddo?
Yes, if you'll pardon the familiarity.
Oh.
Now that you've read the paper, what's new, you?
Fascinating story on the front page. You know the old guy that hangs around the corner of 14th and Oak selling razor blades, pencils, and hot chestnuts?
What about him?
He died last week. 99 years old.
Oh.
No family, no friends. And $50,000 sewed into the lining of his ragged old overcoat.
Impossible.
What's impossible?
To have $50,000 and no friends?
Nobody knew he had it. He lived all alone in a piano box back in the alley. He was a hermit.
Hermit. Herman is a man's name.
I know. It was this man's name. Herman the Hermit. Herman Steinway was his real name, according to the paper. Come from a wealthy musical family. He was the black sheep. They cut him off with $1 in an old piano box.
Well, if he'd have been more upright, he might have had $1,000.
That's my girl. If they fit, dig them up and use them again. Anyway, you know what this ragged Herman done with the $50,000?
What?
He made a will, leaving it to a guy he didn't even know.
No.
A perfect stranger. Because the guy had felt sorry for him in his ragged overcoat and offered him his own. A good Somalian.
Samaritan?
I don't know. Well, they didn't give the guy's name.
Well, if he was a stranger, how'd he know to whom to leave it?
Well, the lawyer that prohibited the will found him. You know, for a contingent fee, a lawyer can find a celluloid collar in a hot volcano. Anyway, the lawyer that prohibited the will...
Probated, dearie.
Yeah, but imagine $50,000 because he done the old guy a good deed. You know what I think I'll do? I think I'll prowl around town today and be nice to strangers.
Oh?
Mm-hmm. You never know. I might just happen to do some ragged guy a favor. Well, just out of the goodness of my heart with no mercenary motives whatsoever. Except to be sweet to people and have the guy leave me a stack of El Foldo in his last will and tenement. Want to come with me?
Dearie, I wouldn't miss it for a gold mine with H.O. Pinza working as foreman. Wait till I clear up these dishes and I'll be right with you.
Okay. I think I'll wear a bow tie. I always feel more naive and lovable with a bow tie. And if some rich Herman should have...
Now, who do you suppose that is?
I don't know, but I hope he's in trouble, so I can do him a good deed, a favor. Come in.
Oh, hello, Mr. Oldtimer.
Hello, daughter. Hello, Johnny. Just passing by, so I thought I wouldn't.
Thought you wouldn't what?
Pass by.
Oh.
Well, what's new, kids?
Did you see the morning paper?
Couldn't, daughter. Loaned my bifocals to my girl, Bessie.
Oh?
First thaw we've had this winter, and she's out picking mushrooms. Sure hope she's wearing them bifocals.
Mushrooms, eh? Bessie giving a dinner party?
Yep. Beefsteak and mushroom dinner for the Wistful Vista Young Republicans Club, Johnny.
Oh.
Bessie takes her politics real serious.
Oh, faithful Republican, huh?
Yeah. Out picking some mushrooms.
No, faithful Democrat. Out picking some toadstools. In the morning paper.
You remember the old buzzard that hung around 14th and Oak selling pencils and razor blades and hot chestnuts?
Old Herman the Hermit?
Yep.
Hope you didn't get stung with any of his razor blades, boy. With them things, you couldn't carve past the cheese on your ravioli. I think Herman makes them himself out of tinfoil. Why, Jask.
Well, he died last week, and he left $50,000 to some person who had been nice to him.
Yeah, a perfect stranger, too. Imagine that.
Yes, Johnny, I can't imagine that. To be nice to Herman, you'd have to be a stranger. Stingy old coot. I'm a fairly slow man with a dollar myself, but Herman made me look like an intoxicated gunner's mate in Paris on payday. In fact, I'm kind of a miser myself, kids.
That's all.
I got a little stashed away.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, you have? Well, you just hang on to that dough and leave it to somebody that's always been nice to you. Somebody that you could always feel free to drop in on, anytime, for a cup of coffee, or any old thing. Here, have a cigar. Real friends. People that like you for what you are instead of for what you got. More coffee, fella?
No, thanks, Johnny. But you're sweet.
Let me do you a favor, old-timer. Forget you told me about having all that dough hid away. Let me do something for you. My gosh, with me being your closest and best friend, I'm...
Well, all right, boy. You can do something.
Why, sure, you betcha. Anything at all. My gosh, what can I do? You got a good warm overcoat? Take mine. Gee whiz, I got an old Macintosh I can wear. Don't look good and it freezes my knees, but if you need my overcoat, boy...
Oh, no, Johnny. Thanks. All I want you to do for me is, well, can I leave my money here with you where it'll be safe? It's my life savings and...
Well, you certainly may. You certainly may, and we'll take mighty good care of it.
How much you want the receipt for, old-timer? This piece of paper big enough?
Oh, sure. Now, wait a minute. I got it sewed into the lining of my coat here.
Oh, boy.
Can I help you, Mr. Oldtimer?
Oh, no, thanks, daughter. I got it. There we are.
Oh, boy.
Yep. It's all here. $37. Much obliged to you, kids. You're real kind to old folks. Bye now.
Come on. $37. Well, who knows? He may be just testing me. After all, he did let me do him a favor.
2 of them.
What do you mean, 2 of them?
Look in the other room.
Huh?
He left his old overcoat and took yours.
Oh.
Well, Samaritan, shall we go downtown?
Leave us the office.
Billy Mills in the orchestra, and by heck.
Let's walk a little faster, kiddo. My legs are cold.
Yes, I can see why they would be. That's an unethical Mackinaw.
Yeah.
It hits you below the belt. But if we walk too fast, you won't find anybody in trouble to do a good deed
Oh,
for.
I'll find somebody then. Hey, look. Look, a guy lying on the sidewalk up ahead there.
Oh?
Why, he's fainted. Oh, come on. Look at how shabby he is.
Yeah?
Another Herman, I bet you. Poor old guy. Probably fainted from lack of hunger. Ain't this wonderful? I'll give him artificial perspiration.
Yeah, but McGee now, maybe you shouldn't...
Here, hold my hat. This calls for a cool head. Now, let me see. I can remember my Boy Scout training. Oh, yeah. Straddle the recumbent body. Press the hands firmly against lower ribs. One.
Hey, what's that? Get off my back, you rum-dum. What do you think you're doing? Let me up.
Now, take it easy, boy. Take it easy. You'll be all right. You're among a friend.
What happened, sir? Did you faint? Are you hungry?
No, I'm not hungry, and I didn't faint. I am J. Merrill Moffat, president of the Wistful Vista Building and Loan Company, and I dropped my wristwatch down this sidewalk grating.
Oh, dear. Well, come on, McGee.
Oh, sorry, Moffat, old man. Just trying to do a good turn. I hold no grudge. Just because you weren't sick or drunk or didn't need any help. I was only...
Oh, be quiet, you idiot. And tuck your shirt in. Of all the disgraceful exhibitions I ever saw.
Hey, Molly, my shirt sticking out?
No, dearie, it's the Mackinaw.
Oh.
It's so short he thought it was your shirt. Natural mistake, though.
Well, at least I give the old college try, kiddo. What if that guy had fainted? Well, he'd have never forgotten what I'd done for him. Might have left me all his stock in the building and loan. So I ain't discouraged. I'll keep trying. Oh, hi, Doc.
Oh, Dr. Gamble. Hello, Doctor.
Hello there, my dear. And good morning to you, too, Bubblehead. Where'd you get the small caliber jacket? Steal it out of the third grade cloakroom at the schoolhouse?
Doctor, I refuse to be insulted. I've took up a new hobby. I'm a good Simoleon.
Samaritan.
I go around and give everybody a helping hand, irregardless of race, creed, religion, or how much dough they got stashed away. All I want to do is to be nice to people. A friend of man, woman, and beast. And speaking of beasts, is there any favor I can do for you today?
Son, you have more weird poses than a model in an itchy bathing suit. So now you're a good Samaritan.
Yep.
What's his angle, Molly?
Well, Doctor, in the paper this morning.
Oh, I see. Herman the Hermit.
Yeah.
Left $50,000 to a friendly stranger.
Yeah.
So now little Chiselfinger is bouncing about, being helpful, hoping he can save a ragged but grateful millionaire whose brakes have failed on his wheelchair. Oh, brother. How optimistic can you get, Wobble Brain?
Well, he's not doing this for mere money, Doctor. He says. He just wants to be friendly to everybody, particularly everybody who has no other friends or relatives to inherit their money.
You betcha. My gosh, anybody think I was simply out to make enough impression on some ragged hermit that he'd leave me his dough?
Aren't you?
Sure, but it's kind of a nasty thing to think of, isn't it? You sure I can't do you any good turns, Ducky?
Just any little thing, Doctor, like shaking down your thermometer or one of your wealthier patients.
No, but I will say this, McGee. Your attitude has impressed me so much.
Thank you, Doctor.
And your sincerity is so obviously, well, I'm making out my will this afternoon, and I'm going to leave you...
What are you going to leave me, Doc?
Standing here.
You know, I'm afraid the good doctor is a little cynical, McGee.
Yeah. He's seen so much of the seamy side, he looks at life through a handful of lint. Besides that, oh, look at that tired-looking woman coming out of the market there. Boy, is she loaded. Oh, hi, sis. Let me help you carry that stuff.
No, thank you. I can handle them. I'm only going to my car.
Oh, come on. I want to do it. I like to do people favors.
Well, do me one and get lost. I don't need any help.
Oh, sure you do. My gosh, all them groceries? Here, I'll take this big sack here and I'll put...
Dear old heavenly days. Here, let me help pick these things up.
Thanks, but how can you pick up a puddle of milk? If it hadn't been for this clumsy oaf here. Yes, you, butterfingers.
Oh, now look, sis, I'm sorry. I was only trying to help somebody.
And you say you saw the whole thing, Mr. Wilcox.
Then why didn't you come over and help us pick up the stuff?
Well, I didn't trust myself.
Didn't trust yourself to what?
Well, you know me, the pet milkman. I couldn't have trusted myself not to say, Madam, if you'd bought pet milk in its famous, neat, sterilized can, wouldn't have spilled all over the sidewalk. It bounces. And when you see a beautiful baby bouncing with health and happiness, there's a very good chance that it's a pet milk baby. Because you see...
Oh, my gosh, all I done was I tried to help the woman with her groceries. Could I help it if the old bag...
McGee. That's no way to talk about a lady.
I wasn't talking about the lady. I says if that old bag she was carrying them groceries in... if that old bag hadn't had a hole in it where a sharp carrot was sticking through...
Well... As I was saying, pet milk was first, you know, to be fortified with pure crystalline vitamin D. First choice of good cooks as a great all-purpose, all-family milk. Pet milk, the first
Tried
and
to
the
do
finest.
somebody a favor, and
Oh,
that's what
well,
you get.
stop grousing, dearie. It was merely an accident. You paid her for the damage.
I'll say $1.65 too, I paid her. I'll bet it's a racket with her. I'll bet she just buys carrots, runs back in the office, sharpens them in a pencil sharpener. So they'll be sharp enough to punch a hole in the grocery bag and then waits for a big-hearted dimwit like me to come along and... Oh, hey, Junior.
Yes, pal. Hey, may I finish first?
Oh, pray do.
Thank you. You see, pet milk is good, sweet country milk, concentrated to double richness, to serve equally well as milk, coffee cream, and even for whipping.
There we go.
Available at food stores everywhere, by the can or by the case. Now, yes, pal?
You sure you're through?
Mm-hmm.
You've only been pitching in there for 7 innings.
Oh, well, the rest can wait till next week. What's on your mind?
I'd like to ask your advice. As an older man, you maybe
Oh,
can
now,
tell...
wait a minute. Now. Older man. Why, you'd worn out 3 razors before I finished reading The 3 Bears. Don't give me that older man business, Gramps. Older man.
Yeah, well, then let us say as a more experienced,
Well, all right.
more sophisticated, more educated, more thoughtful...
More baloney, anyone, while we're slicing it?
All right. get on with it. What advice do you want?
Well, if you was me...
Oh, no. Oh, no, please. Stop. What a horrible thought. Oh, I'm sorry, pal. If I were you...
Yes.
Oh, no. Let me out of here. I'll see you later, Molly.
Huh?
Oh, to think of me being hit. Oh, no.
Well, the idea didn't seem to appeal to him, did it?
Why should it? If he was me, he wouldn't have the strength of character to handle my problems, and he knows it. Oh, well, let's move on and see who I can do a favor for.
Getting a little McGee, isn't it, Wendy?
Huh?
Getting a little windy, isn't it, McGee?
Yeah. Me with a short Macintaw on, too. It's warm enough, what there is of it, but I feel like I was in a hot bathroom standing up to my hips in a tub of cold water. Hey, look.
At what?
At that newsstand. The papers are all going to blow away. Some ragged little newsboy's going to lose his day's profit.
Well, I don't see him anywhere. If we only had a small anchor or flat iron or something to hold the papers down with.
Hey, there's a big rock. I'll get that.
Where? Oh, no, McGee, don't take that.
Hey,
That's...
It's okay, kiddo. It was under the back wheel of that truck. Sure, my gosh, you might have backed right over it without seeing it. Here, this will weight down them papers, and then they sure won't...
McGee, the truck is moving backwards. Jump in and put the brake on.
Oh, okay, Hey, I can't. The door's
Well,
locked.
then jump off quick. It's going faster.
Okay.
Oh, dear.
Hey, down the street.
Get out
Hey,
of
out
the
the
way.
way. There's a car coming. Watch it, folks. Look, everybody.
Heavenly days, right through the window of Kramer's drugstore.
That's the first interesting window display Kramer's had in 5 years. Well, come on, kiddo. At least we saved the kids' newspapers.
The King's Men, and oh, what a face.
He carries her picture in his pocket. Was taken the day he went to sea. He carries her picture in his locket. So she is as ugly as can be. Oh, what a face. It's a disgrace to be showing it in any public place. Now one morning he took her to a pig farm. He told her to wait down by the rail. Wait for me. But when he returned, he couldn't find her. Cause the farmer had put her up for sale. Oh, what a face. It's a disgrace. A big disgrace to be showing it in any public place. Oh, what a face. To the zoo she went one day to seek some comfort. Determined to stand for no abuse. But as she entered, people all went crazy. Cause they all thought a beast had broken loose. Oh, what a face. It's a disgrace. A big disgrace to be showing it in any public place. No public place. And now she no longer is among us. She's gone. You may think that death would end the curse. Not so. There around the grave where she is lying. The daisies all have faces just like her. Oh, what a face. It's a disgrace. A big disgrace to be showing it in any public place. What a face.
Better call it a day, McGee. I'm getting cold.
Okay. Let's walk once more around the reservoir and hit for home.
Well, good. Anyway, I'm beginning to believe that you can't go out and deliberately make somebody leave you all their money just because you did them a favor.
Yeah.
I think it just has to happen.
Well, that's the wrong attitude, kiddo. I always said...
Heavenly days, what What was that?
I don't know. I don't see. Hey, look. Hey, a kid fell into the reservoir.
What?
Here, hold my Macintosh. I'll save him.
Watch it now. Oh, my hero, my great big hero.
Hey, Molly, take the kid.
Here.
Grab him.
I got him here. All right, Sonny. Don't you fret yourself. You're safe, thanks to my brave husband. McGee, are you all right?
Yeah, except for a skull fracture. I bumped my head when I dived in. This water's only 2 feet deep. Hey, we got to get this kid home. It's cold.
I'll stop a car.
Yeah.
Yoo-hoo! Stop, please. Emergency, stop.
Hey, give us a lift home, will you, bud? This kid fell into the reservoir, and I pulled him out. It's cold. We got to get him home.
Are you still chilled, dearie? Want another blanket and another hot buttered root beer?
No. I'm fine now, thanks.
Imagine you saving the life of little Huntington J. Crumford, the son of the rich millionaire.
Yeah.
And think what his father, the Huntington J. Crumford, will do when he gets home from the office and they tell him who saved his little boy.
Yeah.
My goodness, the least he can do is to...
I hope that's the old timer bringing me back my overcoat because...
Come in.
Good evening, madam. I am Huntington J. Crumford.
Oh, how do you do? I'm sure, Mr. Crumford. This is my husband, Mr. McGee, the hero who saved your little boy.
Yeah.
What do you mean, save my little boy? Hero my elbow. That kid is the junior swimming champion of the state. And that water was only 2 feet deep.
Yeah, but...
And besides that, he lives just across the street from the reservoir, and you had to ride him around in a car for 20 minutes before you took him home.
Well, he was laughing so hard at my husband's chattering teeth that he couldn't tell us where he lived.
Anyway...
Well, after this, mind your own business.
Huh?
He's always falling into the reservoir. Wasn't bad enough you had to spoil his fun, you also made him lose his sailboat. That cost me $15.
How did we lose it?
Your husband smashed it flat with his head when he dove in. I'll give you just 2 days to replace that sailboat, or by thunder, sir, you'll hear from my attorneys.
You know something?
What?
I just had a thought. Who was it that had the $50,000 in the first place? The kind stranger? No. The ragged hermit. That's who had it. Here, sew this $5 into the lining of my Macintosh and leave room for more. I started on the wrong end of this racket.
Fibber and Molly return in a moment. From the time your baby is born until he is a year old, he does more growing than at any other time in his life. And what must your baby have in order to make the best of growth, to build sound teeth and strong, straight bones? He must have the minerals of milk, plus enough vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin, to put those minerals to work. Well, now, that's what every baby gets in pet milk. And just as important, pet milk is safe for babies, as free from germs as if there were no such thing in the world. Easy to digest, too, and uniformly rich. Pet milk, the first evaporated milk, can help your baby grow into the sturdy, happy, well-developed child you want him to be. No wonder when a baby needs to have milk from a bottle, so many doctors recommend pet milk, the first evaporated milk, the first food for babies.
Was here a few minutes ago, and he brought back your overcoat.
Oh, thanks. Well, then take the $5 out of the lining of my Macintosh and sew it into my overcoat, will you?
I can't. He took your Mackinaw.
He took my Macintosh? You mean
He says it's better for him because he can reach his trousers pockets better and make change for people.
What people?
His customers.
Customers?
He's selling razor blades and pencils and hot chestnuts on Herman the Hermit's old corner.
Why, that dirty double-crosser, I was going to do that myself. Good night.
Good night, all.
The first evaporated milk, pet milk, brings you Fibber, McGee, and Molly each week at this time. Be with us again next Tuesday night, won't you? They say you're never too old to fall in love. And old Mr. Whitsitt, friend of Jim and Sally Carter, seems to bear this out. What happens when someone sets her cap for the old gentleman, you'll hear next Saturday morning in the amusing Story of the Week on Pet Milk's Mary Lee Taylor program. Now, on this same program, you'll hear Mary Lee Taylor's husband-tested recipe for chef's salad, a low-cost salad with a special dressing men like. Be sure to tune in to NBC next Saturday morning for this double feature program brought to you by Pet Milk's Mary Lee Taylor.
Proceeding was transcribed. Hear about a medicine racket in Big Town next on NBC.